check on my neurodivergent child. Hey, Lily, you good?
Yeah.
He's good.
Hey everybody, we just wanted to welcome everybody to the Two Speeds, One Family YouTube channel. I am Mike and this is my wife Becca.
So I think the best way to start is the why. So why are we doing this? Part of my idea on why we should do this was kind of started with the Disneyland trip, don't you think?
Yeah.
Because we have two great boys. One of them very ADHD. We're still trying to manage that. And one with autism and ADHD who, again, very much still trying to manage a lot of that. And so we kind of delved into wanting to do some sort of Disney trip, but we couldn't find singular sources. We found amazing sources, though, on YouTube.
We found a lot of sources for family trips and planning and stuff, but we didn't really find any sources outside of Reddit and social media and what's on official pages for managing kids with neurodivergent.
And not to say the ones we didn't find didn't speak to us. Should I go ahead and say the ones that we watched? Like the big ones that we watched were Park Pass, Provo's Park Pass, amazing. And you're very analytical in thinking, so you found Fresh Baked, and that helped out a lot with trying to plan out the day and everything. You were probably so busy, but that's also your personality. You took charge on a lot of those things, and it really worked out for us. And the other two were Megan, the Magical Millennial. She always made everything so much fun. And then Jarendell, who again, he gave us the best rope drop. I couldn't imagine a better rope drop morning. And I really, looking back, really wish we would have gotten more on video what we did, but we did have an amazing time. And so now we have some amazing trips coming up, and I'm like, I kind of want people to kind of see how we manage and maybe even give us, I'd be welcome to some of the advice on how to manage as well. But at least if we can kind of show our thoughts and our processes on travel, that would be helpful too.
And it's different when you're traveling with kids that are neurodivergent, because sometimes your best laid plans you have to adjust and be flexible.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we want to start showing. And I think the first video is going to be a process, and I think we've learned a lot from the first video, and we're going to change some things for the next video for our next couple trips.
Genuinely, we had no laid out plan with that first video. We just kind of did.
We want to show more, even stuff that doesn't go to plan, because that trip didn't go exactly according to plan, but
yeah,
we want to create a community. We want to be resource. We want to be a resource for people like us. And
Aiden just came to the door, so I was seeing if he wanted to come, but
and it should be fun. We and hopefully you have fun along with us. So follow the channel, subscribe, and that will help and tell us where you want us to go.
All the YouTube and stuff that we don't quite know just yet, just all that stuff, right?
Well, not just YouTube stuff, but the resources. There's resources out there that we probably don't know, and we've been thankful to find some resources in our community to help. But
yeah,
there's a lot of families like us, and if we can just help even one family plan their trip or to provide insight, then I think it's worth it.
Even if you don't have neurodivergent kids, maybe even to learn to travel with more of a laid back, open plan kind of lifestyle. Because it kind of has to be open for us.
All right. So I think much like practicing patience with neurodivergent kids, I think practice patience with us as we learn our style and are comfortable showing more. Because obviously many parents like us, there's moments that you may not want to pull on camera, but I think at some point we'll be comfortable enough to put those moments on cameras to hopefully be a resource and at least, I don't want to say set an example, but at least show how we deal with it, because there's people just like us.
Yeah, at least a different
process. And I think it's
Yeah.
just letting people know that they're not in it alone, I think, is a lot.
Yeah, because background on us, we for the longest time lived away from our parents. So when we started having kids, it was just us. We didn't have family nearby. We have some family that is like 400 miles in one direction, and at the time that we lived here, my parents were 400 miles in another direction. Now my parents are closer, but they're also older, not much willing to travel and things like that. So a lot of our travel is still just the two of us, alone. So it started off being challenging, but we're finding our way. And it's easier now that they're older, especially with Liam. He didn't talk a whole lot until about the age of 3 or 4, where he could actually start saying enough to where we could understand him, which is when we took the Alaska trip, because it was one of those where we almost didn't feel comfortable traveling far enough with him, because we needed him to be able to communicate if he's in any kind of discomfort or anything like that. I needed to be able to figure out what was going on. So now that they're older, it's getting easier and more fun.
Easier is a relative term, and they're both, I think Liam being an ABA this year, I think, has really helped. He's been in ABA since the start of this school year. Just all of his therapy, he's come a long way, and Aiden's in some therapy too. And I think that's the thing with neurodivergent kids. It's like once you solve for one thing, there's a couple other things that you don't anticipate, and that's, I think, what makes it
And I know
fun.
ABA is a controversial topic when it comes to autism and things like that. So one of the things that I want to say is our ABA works for Liam. We have seen great improvements with what he's doing right now. He was doing like social skills classes with like therapists and things like that, and we didn't quite see the progress as we're seeing with ABA. If it was a different therapist, if it was a different system, it might not be the same. So don't sit there and like try to be like, ooh, I need to get my kid into ABA. I know it can be controversial, and I know it's very much based on your own therapist and your own kind of journey through that. Ours works for him. We're not necessarily promoting that as a therapy for autism if you don't feel in your heart that that's going to work for your kid. It just so happens to be what Liam needs for his spectrum on the spectrum, if that makes sense. So, do we want to go into who we are? A little bit about ourselves?
Maybe we save that for another video.
Oh, fun. Okay. Is there anything else that we didn't touch on here that do you feel like we touched on everything?
No, I think just welcome to the channel, and just like and share and subscribe and watch, and
and just remember, for these first few videos, we don't know what we're doing very well. At least I don't. He knows more than me. I am probably going to sound a little bit like a fool, but that's okay. I'll learn. Right?
We'll learn together.
Yeah.